Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tips in 10, where we give you the top tips in the least amount of time. This series was built to help you stay in the know without taking a chunk out of your schedule. Let's welcome today's guest, Dawn Santoriello. Dawn is the founder and CEO of DS Financial Strategies, a financial planning firm that develops customized plans designed to maximize the efficiency of your money. She empowers entrepreneurs to reach their financial goals with peace of mind and economic confidence. While Dawn has established and grown many businesses over the years, her approach to connecting her clients' life to their wellness and wealth has become her signature mark. Releasing the 5 biggest blocks holding you back. Are you ready, Dawn? Let's go.
I am ready.
I
Thanks,
love
Mike.
it.
It's a
I
pleasure
love
to
it.
be here on Tips in 10. So thank you again for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get this party started right now. You have a unique niche in the financial planning industry. Tell me about it.
Yes, well, I my tagline also is manifest and invest. I help people manifest their dream life along with the sound financial principles. So I have
So,
this, I talk about it in the new book about this unique prayer, which is non-denominational, which basically you use it and it really works for anything you want in your life. That's basically how I live my life. I create the life I want.
what are some of the principles?
Well, one, you have to ask for what you want. You have to have gratitude, an attitude of gratitude, as we always heard of. That's the secret to attracting everything that you want in life. And you have to be clear of your blocks, anything that's holding you back. Cut toxic cords from all the toxic people in your life. And you have to find out what brings you joy, like what you vibrate at. So mine is I love dancing. It makes me so happy, and I stay in that vibration, and then things just come. I had a great experience this weekend. I don't know if you want me to share that, or I'll wait till
Sure.
it's going.
Yeah.
So
So
share that.
tell me about how did you even get involved in the dancing? Was this something that you did as a child and carrying it on today?
Yeah, when I was a young girl, I was in dance classes, ballet, tap, jazz. I would put on little what is it, recitals for my parents in our backyard, me and my 5 sisters. I would lead these little dances all through high school. And then even when I was in college, I worked for DJ companies. In New York, we were called like party motivators. So I'd be the first one on the dance floor, pulling people up, doing the Macarena, the YMCA, and just basically getting the party started.
I remember those songs very well.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about your new book.
Sure. It's called Manifest and Invest. Live your best life. Get your money right. Um, so first, I open it with talking about my first book that I had, the success that people have had using this manifestation prayer. For example, I had somebody, they got a $30,000 ghostwriting job after attending one of my workshops. Another guy who became a client, he manifested a house that cost $50,000 less than he was looking at, the original one. We had that. Someone, they had a car accident and something happened and they got everything taken care of for their insurance and got a new car. I don't recommend that. And that also happened to me too, not a good way. So I tweak my little prayer to make sure I say money flows gently and easily. Then I talk about the money personality. If you're a hoarder, if you're a spender, we talk about that. I have help you clear the financial blocks holding you back. I also have a quiz that shows you how to determine what your biggest block is. Then, of course, we get down to the nitty gritty, the numbers. I talk about how to get out of debt, how to invest in the market, what works and what doesn't work, and how to really grow your wealth and have a tax-free retirement.
What would you say is one of the biggest issues for getting people out of debt?
One is their mindset. They're stuck in this lack mentality. So even if I show them how to get out of debt, if they don't change their beliefs about money, they're just going to build up that debt right again. So one, it starts with mindset, and then being disciplined to actually follow a debt reduction plan.
So, and is that something that you customize and put together with each client?
Yes, if they have debt, I even have there's one whole chapter just dedicated to how to get out of debt. And I do it from a number standpoint. If someone's like, well, I want to see where I'm saving the most money. But again, most people, it's a mindset. So I show them, okay, this makes you feel better by getting out of debt this way, although it might not save you the most. It's like really nominal, the difference. But again, it's the mindset. People like to see, oh, I checked off this one. I paid off that one. So depending on where the person's at, I look at that and then I help them. not
Now, would you kind of equate mindset to discipline too?
Yes, definitely. Because if you're like scattered and you don't have the right discipline to sit down and actually look at your numbers and come up with a plan and follow a plan, then there's nothing I can do to help you. Like, so you need the client, they need to bring something to the table. I need to be able to work with something.
It's kind of like that Jerry Maguire, help me help you
Yes, exactly.
type
Show
deal.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, what did you learn later in life that you wish you had known earlier?
Well, the one thing would be the biggest thing can I relate it to business is
Sure, whatever you want.
okay, was one that you have to use your own voice. Don't try to be someone else and copy their system. Like I remember one of my mentors, I used his system, and at one point I was calling myself like a golf swing coach, and I'm like, that is not me. So then the greatest thing happened to me, COVID. And then I was like, you know what? I lost all my fear around money, which I was always worried about running out of money, scarcity mindset. So immediately that just flipped. And I was like, no, everything I need comes to me. So I'm going to tell my story, tell the embarrassing things about how I was locked in a parking garage because I didn't have any money. And then later turned that into over 6 figures later that year. So I tell people your story is your glory and you are unique. So don't try to copy anybody else. Find your own voice and share that with the world, because that's how you build a successful business.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's one of the things I always tell people. I said, don't be ashamed of who you are. You know what? I mean, you're unique in your own ways. Embrace it. And, if someone tells you, listen, there's 2 types of people that are going to give you 2 types of advice. It's either going to be constructive or destructive.
Mm-hmm.
If it's destructive, throw it in the trash. If it's constructive, okay, take it, listen to it, and then determine what kind of steps you need to take to move forward.
Yeah, exactly.
So in terms of like your business, is finance industry today harder than ever, or what are you seeing?
I don't think so. I think there's not a lot of barriers to entry. You need a college degree. I got my CFP. I studied for that. That took a while because I took a break because again I had little fear of failure or fear of success mentality, so I had to work through that. But no, it's a great time because we have such a great opportunity. Like the state that we're in, we have so much debt. So we could really make a change in helping people, getting them into a lower tax bracket for retirement, since tax rates have got to double, according to David Walker, who used to be the controller for the U.S. government. So I think this is a great opportunity to really help people. And that's what I love doing. That's why I got into this field. One, because I never wanted to be poor again. And I wanted to show other people how to manage their finances so they can live a life that they love as well.
Awesome. So it's never too late, right?
Oh, no, it's never too late. Like, start where you are. Like there's a saying, the best time to start investing was 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So
I always tell people, like, listen, when you're interested in, I always say, like, if you're interested in starting your own company, the best time to do it is right now.
yeah,
Don't feel like you have to have all your ducks in order. And I'm sure you're probably the same way, because the reality is that we're never going to have our ducks in order.
Exactly. Yeah,
Right?
that's the biggest mistake people make getting into my field is like, oh, I got to know everything. It's like, that's so overwhelming. It'll take forever to know all that stuff. The biggest thing is to find a mentor and then learn as you go, and also networking, because you can know all this knowledge, but if you have nobody to talk to, what good is it? You're going to be out of business. Like there's a 90% failure rate within the first year in my field.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's big time. Yep. Couldn't agree more. Networking and find a mentor. It's absolutely, it's something, those are 2 things that have changed, our businesses, and we're just so grateful for. So listen, we can't just be all business. We also have to have some fun here, Dawn. All
Good.
right?
I love fun.
So let's go. We're going to do a little speed round questions.
Okay.
So do you like to read the book or watch the movie?
Well, watch the movie, because then if I'm like stuck on time. So yeah, watch the movie.
Cool. What is the worst ice cream flavor?
The worst. Let's see. What is the worst? I don't know. I love ice cream. But I guess if I had to pick, I don't know. Butter pecan. It's kind of boring.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's one of my favorite though, but that's okay.
Sorry.
So breakfast food or dinner food?
Oh, breakfast food. I love pancakes and Belgian waffles.
Can do it all day long.
Yeah.
Can do it all day long. What is the best way for our listeners to connect with you?
Sure, they could go to my website, DS Financial Strategies, or follow me on social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. Is that all the social medias? I think that is. Just
I think you
Google
named them
me.
all.
You'll find me everywhere.
It's awesome. Well, Dawn, thank you so much for joining us today on Tips in 10, where we give out the top tips in the least amount of time.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. This was a blast.
Awesome. Take care.
Take care.